Okay, so today we grabbed something that, on the surface, it's a little dry. It's the product data sheet for the NTI E-MNG-0050 management software.
Right, and you see server room monitoring software, and you might, tune out.
Exactly. But there's an incredible operational hack buried in the details here that we really need to talk about.
It is. It's basically a shortcut. Our mission for you today is to uh, unpack how this software offers really thorough network environment management, but with a focus on scale.
Scale and unified control.
Precisely, for NTI's core units. So we're talking
Yeah.
about their ENVIROMUX, which is for things like temperature and humidity, and their IPDU units for intelligent power.
And here's the kicker, the key thing you need to know. The part number itself is EMNG-000000. So you think, okay, it manages 50 units.
50, that's what it says.
But the license, this specific license, actually lets you monitor and configure up to 3,000 units
3,000.
and all their sensors, all over Ethernet.
It's a staggering capacity jump. And what's fascinating is how much power it gives you. It really does act like the centralized brain for, well, the whole family of NTI units.
From the small ones all the way up.
Yeah, from the little E-micro T to the big E16D, the IPDUs, all of them. It takes what could be this scattered deployment and makes it one cohesive thing.
So it's like having one central control room, and the source says it's an intuitive graphical interface for both, monitoring and configuration.
Correct. The architecture is a pretty standard client-server model, which is reliable. The server application is the workhorse. It's out there actively polling all those potential devices, listening for alerts.
And the client is just what I use to see everything.
Exactly. The client is your window. You use it to see the status and, more importantly, to deploy those bulk configuration changes.
Okay, but server rooms are, a mix of old and new tech. What kind of platforms can you actually run this on? Are you locked into Windows?
No, and that's a really powerful point. The source material lists compatibility across Windows, Linux, even older stuff like Solaris and MCOS 9 and 10.
Wow, MECOS 9.
I know. It's a statement about supporting legacy gear. You just need Java Runtime Environment 1.5 or later.
That's a huge relief.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the days of having to SSH into 20 different boxes just to change one setting.
Oh, yeah. And that's where the group management feature is such a lifesaver. You can take a change in a new user, a new mail server, network settings, and just push it to an entire group of units all at once.
And what about the actual monitoring? How deep does it go?
It's pretty granular. It's not just, is the unit online or offline? You can see values and status for individual sensors, or you can create these scrolling summary pages that pull in specific sensors from different units for close monitoring.
That's useful. And for any kind of audit trail, you need history.
Right, and it has that built in. There's a sensor history graph feature that keeps readings for up to the last 120 days, so you've got 4 months of data right there.
Okay, but there have to be some catches, some restrictions.
There are a couple of really important ones. First, it is explicitly not compatible with what they call the advanced cascade configuration of the E2D, 5D, and 16D units.
Wait, hold on. If this is all about massive scale, why restrict it from a cascading setup? Isn't that what you'd use in a really big, complex network? Feels a little counterintuitive.
It does, and it suggests a strategy. It's almost like if your network is that complex, NTI is nudging you towards a different, probably more expensive enterprise solution.
Well,
There's another specific one. If you're using it with the ESMS 16, their sensor aggregator, you have to use older software and an older version of Java. So you have to be careful there.
So what does this all boil down to for you, the listener? The real value of this EMNG-000050 is this strategic centralization.
It is. Managing up to 3,000 units from a single pane of glass, it ensures all your configs are consistent and you have that deep historical data.
Which brings us to a final provocative thought for you to chew on, the price.
Right, the pricing model.
The EMNG-0050, the Managed 50 license, is listed at $1,565. But now compare that. The Managed 10 license is $500. The actual Managed 3000 license is $7,500.
That's a massive difference.
It is. So suddenly, that $1,500 Managed 50 license is looking like the most powerful sweet spot in our entire lineup, as long as you don't need those advanced cascade features. Something to think about if you're deploying at scale.